When sense ceases to make sense, ever been there? Have you ever paused in the middle of your life and asked yourself, what's the point of all this? Maybe it's that quiet moment in bed after a long day or while staring out of a window with nothing but your thoughts. You're just stuck, confused. It feels like nothing makes sense anymore. If you've been there, know this: you are not alone. Life doesn't come with a map, especially during young adulthood when questions about identity, purpose, love, and belonging weigh heavier than ever. There's no shame in admitting that sometimes the sense we've built our lives around, our goals, our plans, our beliefs, suddenly collapses, leaving us feeling disoriented. But here's a quiet truth. Those unsettling moments are where transformation begins. This video is for you, the seekers, the wanderers, and the ones questioning it all. Let's walk through the chaos together, step by step, and discover the beauty hidden in the discomfort. Let's talk about the moments when life throws everything out of sync. Maybe it's a breakup or a rejection letter, an unanticipated career detour, or simply waking up one day realizing that the person you've become no longer feels like you. At first, these experiences may feel like isolated events, but the longer you sit with them, the more you start to wonder, is something deeper going on? These moments are deeply uncomfortable, not because they're unfamiliar, but because they strip away what we thought we knew about ourselves and our world. They disrupt the patterns, the plans, the quiet agreements we made with life about what's supposed to happen next. And isn't that terrifying? To feel like the ground beneath your feet has given way and you're just free-falling into the unknown. But what if this moment, the free fall itself, isn't the end you imagine it to be? What if, instead, it's an invitation to begin again, differently? Here's where it gets tricky. When life no longer makes sense, our first instinct is almost always the same. Fix it, quickly. Patch the cracks, plaster over the broken parts, and get back to normal. But what does normal even mean? The truth is, some breaks in life aren't meant to be repaired. They're meant to make space. These cracks, however jagged they might feel, are openings, opportunities to see yourself differently and to grow into the person you've yet to meet. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens when we sit in the dark, in the unknown, and simply listen. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to cry. It's okay to lay down the burden of pretending you have it all figured out because, let's face it, nobody does. Acknowledging this discomfort isn't a sign of weakness. It's the first step toward something new. During these moments, you might find yourself filled with questions. They're the heavy ones, aren't they? The ones that keep you up at night. Who am I? Where do I belong? What is my purpose? Our immediate response is often to rush to answers, to try and quiet the noise with neat conclusions. But there is immense power in staying with the questions. What if, instead of running from them, we embraced them, treated them as companions in our journey rather than adversaries? You see, questions aren't burdens. They're guides. They nudge us inward, deeper into ourselves, and forward toward transformation. They force us to explore what is true for us, rather than clinging to what society says should be true. So, when you're faced with these big questions, don't panic or pressure yourself to find instant answers. Simply holding the question is enough. Clarity will come in its own time. One reason we fear the unknown is because it reminds us of how little control we actually have. And here's the hard but liberating truth. Control is an illusion. What would happen if, instead of fighting for control, you leaned into the flow of life? What if you surrendered, not in defeat, but in trust? Trust that even when the story doesn't make sense, the pages are still being written. Trust that what is falling apart wasn't meant to hold you in the long term. Trust that the universe, God, or whatever higher force you believe in has a plan, even when you can't see it. This surrender isn't about giving up. It's about making space for something new and unexpected to emerge. It might feel counterintuitive, but some of the most impactful changes in life happen when we stop trying to force them. When life gets chaotic, it can feel isolating. But you are never truly alone. There are others who've walked this path, who've felt the same confusion, fear, and longing that you feel now. Seek them out. Reach for the hands extended to you. Let yourself be seen and heard. Connection, whether it's with a loved one, a mentor, or even a stranger, has a way of anchoring us when our world feels unsteady. And don't overlook connection with the larger world. Spend more time with nature. Watch the golden hues of a sunrise or the serenity of a flowing river. These connections remind us that we're part of something far greater, something immeasurably wondrous. Moments of uncertainty carry an invitation to go deeper, not just into yourself, but into the vast reserves of wisdom and peace that spirituality offers. Spirituality doesn't have to mean organized religion. It can be as simple as sitting quietly with the rhythm of your breath, writing your thoughts in a journal, or praying to something larger than yourself. Spiritual practice, in whatever form it takes for you, creates a sense of grounding amidst chaos. It reminds us that we are more than our circumstances, more than any one moment of confusion or despair. Even if you've never thought about spirituality before, consider experimenting with practices like mindfulness, meditation, or simply taking a moment to say, "I don't understand this right now, but I trust that one day I will." Let spirituality be a bridge between the questions and eventual clarity. When everything external falls apart, it's an opportunity to return to the one thing that always remains: you. Strip away other people's expectations. Leave behind the definitions society has given you. Sit quietly with yourself and ask, who am I really? What matters most to me? This self-reflection doesn't happen overnight, but it's worth every moment you spend on it. Journaling can be a helpful tool here. Write out your thoughts freely without judgment. Let the page hold your confusion and your dreams. Over time, patterns and truths will begin to emerge. As you realign with your core values, you'll notice something miraculous. The discomfort that once felt unbearable becomes the soil from which strength and clarity bloom. Here's the paradox of life. The parts we fear the most, the unknown, the chaos, the empty spaces, are where the magic happens. The unknown isn't here to harm you. It's here to teach you, to stretch you, to awaken you to possibilities you couldn't have imagined when everything was making sense. Rather than fearing the unknown, try inviting it in. After all, without mystery, there would be no wonder. Without ambiguity, there would be no discovery. While clarity may not come all at once, pay close attention to the small victories. Maybe today you got out of bed and tried. Maybe you opened up to someone about how you feel. Maybe you wrote a few sentences in your journal or simply paused to take a deep breath. These are wins. Celebrate them. Transformation isn't about one giant leap. It's about 1,000 small steps that eventually lead you to a place you never dreamed possible. Trust the process. Trust yourself. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. You are stronger than you know. This moment, as difficult as it feels now, is part of your journey. You're not broken. You're breaking open. Sometimes life stops making sense because we've outgrown the version of ourselves we thought we needed to be. Sometimes things have to fall apart so better things can fall into place. Let yourself sit in the questions. Lean into connection. Open yourself to spirituality. Trust the unknown. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. And remember, you are not the first to walk this path, and you won't be the last. You are never, ever alone in this. As the video closes, take a deep breath and let this thought linger. What if being lost is the first step to being found? Let the mystery guide you. Let the sense that ceased to make sense open doors to truths you've yet to uncover. The journey forward is yours. Take it step by step, and don't forget to savor the sunrise along the way. Thanks for watching. Enjoyed the video? Leave comments below and subscribe. Learn Quest Oasis, a way's there for you.